and welcome everyone on this fine Saturday to Time Dive Tournaments. Today we have a couple of 2v2 matches and some cool stuff going on today, so it should be a lot of fun. But first, let's introduce the crew. So back in the booth working all the technical magic, we've got Guardian 180, we've got Kaiza here as well. I think he's running the Twitch chat, ready to answer questions. My name's Raze, and of course, here with me is my wonderful co-caster, Russel Raze. So, Russel, how's it going, man? We are close to launch.
3 days. I'm doing well. It is gonna be an amazing time when everyone gets their hands on the games, including all platforms.
Hello, it is me, Guardian, and I am
interrupt
back.
our program
well,
to bring you
not
this
back,
important
but I'm
message.
here to tell you all about the wonderful collaboration we are going to do, or we are doing, with Divergent Media. We have teamed up with them, and we are teaming up with them, and they will be helping us through our journey with Lemnis Gate. This will include extra promotional things, some editing, and things in general that will improve all of us at TDT and allow us to, just do some things. We'll see some new faces in the server, and yeah, this will be great. Thank you so much for seeing this emergency broadcast. Back to you, Ross.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, that's some exciting news. I mean, teaming up with those guys, I'm not sure all the details on that yet, but I mean, I think it just means it's going to be even better quality of videos and helping us do that kind of stuff. So it should just mean better stuff for you guys to watch. So overall, I think that's some really exciting news. So that's pretty cool. And that news is like fresh off the press as well, because we just sort of worked some of that out. But yeah, okay. Now that I think we've got the announcement out of the way, let's start doing some gameplay, shall we?
So today we've got 2v2s, I believe, from, of course, beta, and since this is our last Saturday before the release, just to say, sorry, 1 second, we're actually having I'm having some issues over here on my end. Okay, no, never mind. First match quarry between 1 second. Kaiza Octane versus someone else, I've been told.
All right, so yeah, what are the teams here? We got Eldrazi and Octave versus Rat and SG. Okay, very cool. This will be a 2v2. Looks like it's going to be a 2v2. Teammates play together, and this is going on Quarry. All right.
And as usual, yeah, we've been seeing a lot of Quarry. I've mentioned that even last week. So it looks like they're opening up with a Rush, which is a typical opening in Retrieve XM, and a Vendetta on their end, setting up turrets across the map.
Now, Rat won one of the first tournament that we hosted here on Time Dive Tournaments back when the tournament from the beta. So he is definitely a good player as far as the beta players go, and he was pretty strong back then. So I imagine we'll see some good plays out of him as well. We've seen a few plays from Eldrazi. I'm not too familiar with Octave and SG, but yeah, I think it's going to be crazy, man. All this simultaneous play on this sort of relatively small map is going to be just wild.
Look at those movements by Eldrazi King with that Rush. Rush is, I believe, his best operative, and like it really shows right here. His teammate picked. I didn't really see who his teammate picked. They went with Capitan.
Yes. Yep.
So
yeah.
like
Teammate picked Capitan. Looked like she just was going for kills while Eldrazi was going for objectives. So yeah, you can
see both teams went with a Rush opening to grab objectives. On their team, they went with Vendetta to help set up turrets across the map, and Capitan also ignored the objectives and went for kills and damage.
Yep, and we see Eldrazi using that rush, his boost with the slide into that jump pad lets him basically, like, practically literally fly around the map, right, like that. And that's how he's able to take that very interesting arc to get up there and grab Delta.
Gliding.
Yeah. And just because each team has used a rush, it doesn't mean they don't have a rush left, because of course each player picks from a different pool of operatives. So just because Eldrazi has used rush, Octave can still use rush later if they want.
Wow.
And
we can see right over here picking Striker and managed to snipe out that rush mid-flight.
Yeah.
What an amazing shot. My goodness. And I believe and it's also Capitan, so like 2 damage dealers. Are they gonna get an objective this round? Looks like they got 1 already. Yeah, they did get the Bravo objective. There we go. So they've taken it back. They've taken it to 3-0, and we're gonna see how Eldrazi King and Octave, right? Octave responds. Sorry, it's really hard to see the text in this quality. But
oh, that's a nice sniper shot. Looks like we have Vendetta, and who's the other operative? Can't quite see it yet.
it looks like
it's a striker, because we see that time slow there as Vendetta's like getting slowed down like an action movie midair. Okay, somehow it's already taken some damage on his striker. How did that happen?
There's the other striker, time ripple. I think it's called ripple, the slowdown ability.
Yep.
So she's placing turrets over there. She didn't go for a second objective, which I find unusual, because there were still a few others objectives in play. But
I think it was a misplay. I think they meant to go up to Bravo, and they sort of forgot that they had already grabbed Charlie, and they went to like re-grab Charlie again. But yeah, let's see. So what happened?
Did manage to make it up by placing some turrets, so maybe those turrets will help in the future rounds. We'll have to see. But Vendetta is vulnerable when going down there. I believe that's like one of the most vulnerable areas of the map, because it's so easy to fire at.
Yeah. I think the real interesting stuff that's going on here are is the sniper battle going on, because we can see his striker gets shot, but not before, it's not a headshot, just body shot. So he still is alive to take out that rush, and here they come. Oh, look at that. SG just barely got in there and grabbed Delta before Eldrazi's rush grabbed it. Rat's going down there with Capitan, kills the Vendetta, grabs Charlie and brings that back.
Capitan did take a lot of damage though. I was honestly expecting to see a Carl. What with all the sniping battles that's been going on?
Yeah.
Usually expect to see a Carl immediately, but might be saving that for the final turn. Oh, actually no, that was their final turn.
Yep. Yep. These teammates play together ones go super fast like this. And so yeah, these are going to be the last 2 plays. Eldrazi's grabbing Striker.
Oh, missed shot right
missed
there.
Both his shots, and
they did not save the striker. If they gotta do something really quick, because they have all 4 objectives from the previous rounds. If they don't do anything, they are gonna lose this by a landslide. Oh, and
he dies to a turret.
Out. Oh, that's very unfortunate.
So
that didn't work.
It's not great. He was trying to target the enemy striker, but the thing is, he let SG's rush just run right over the top and grab Delta. He really should have focused the objectives, focused on that rush, taken them out, because really if the enemy sniper lived, it really didn't matter that much, because
the sniper did his damage already by taking out that rush.
Exactly.
So they ended up with a 1-3. So I believe they were also behind in damage. So
yeah, that's pretty common when you're playing as the defender, the second team, because the attackers actually score double the damage points for the same amount of damage dealt. Okay, so here comes Eldrazi grabbing rush, doing his little loop-de-loop that he likes to do.
I feel that may have been a little slow. If the enemy team is fast, they could potentially get to that. Before they get there. With the death blow. We'll have to see.
He's going for the fanciness factor, I think, with his flying rush, but it might not be the most efficient. Like we saw last round, SG was able to beat him to Delta, even though Eldrazi had gotten to Delta really quickly last round. SG going straight there instead of trying to do any sort of jumps, actually beat him there. Man, I'm concerned here. They captured only 2 objectives, and they need to just put on a ton of pressure.
what I actually like about what his rush did was that he also went over to where the A objective was. So if something were to happen to Vendetta, Rush will go over there and pick up that objective instead.
Yeah. I think I would have really liked to see them just grab all 4 objectives though that first round, and then. Ooh, that was a.
Oh, that was a nice.
Rush chasing down Rush, Capitan taking down Vendetta.
Although that Charlie objective is in a favorable position for Eldrazi King and Octave, so it's not too bad of a loss. They did lose both objectives, and the enemy team did take 2.
Yeah.
So I think a striker would be good here because Rush is out there in the open in the lower parts of Quarry. But as we see, Eldrazi King isn't the best with. Okay, no, so he's going with Toxin, but I think he's lagging. He was lagging.
What's going on here? Yeah. Looks like he lagged out, or he was AFK. Maybe he had to look away for a second. Oh, that's really unfortunate timing for that.
That was how many seconds? 7 seconds? 6 seconds? That was definitely a significant amount of time. That's like 20% of the round gone. But
oh, can he get? He's still gonna score 2 objectives, which is, you know, so he's pulling it. He at least made it so it wasn't absolutely horrible. If you're going super efficient, you can actually grab 3 objectives with Toxin. I was really happy to see the Toxin pick there because. You want someone who's tanky and fast, so your opponents can't kill them as easy, and Toxin meets both those requirements.
So apparently Kaiser was in call, that's why he wasn't moving with Toxin at the very beginning there. I thought it was a disconnect because of the icons you see next to their names, but I just realized that's probably an icon you can have in-game. I'm not 100% sure.
No, I think there was just some bugs during the beta. Yeah.
Oh, okay, no. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is a high ping thing.
Yeah. So they saw the Toxin standing perfectly still at the beginning, so they go for the striker play, take out Carl as well in one shot. That's pretty impressive.
Oh my goodness.
The other one goes death blow, gets an enemy kill and a friendly kill with the death blow on the mines. So lots of death being dealt here. That striker was pretty good though. Interesting to see if maybe they want to go for Carl. Oh yeah, just insta-locks the Carl. Yeah, he does not want his, doesn't want his Toxin getting headshotted. And because they landed the first headshot, it means they're not going to shoot at the Toxin twice, which means they're not going to fully break the shield. It takes 2 shots from Striker to break the shield. So since they're only going to spend 1 shot because they got the first headshot, that's actually kind of better almost for these guys as long as they land the shield on him. So
it does happen really quickly though. So if Carl does delay even for a second,
it's gonna need to insta shield
faster. Oh, there we go. There's a shield on
very close. No, he tried to tack on 2 shields, but that's just not quite how it works. If you hit a friendly shield with another shield, they just sort of just kind of butt onto each other, but they don't.
Wait, what happens?
Don't stack.
What I want to try out actually is what if you go inside the shield and place the shield directly on them again? Would that work? I don't think we've ever tried that during the beta.
Yeah, I can't say I've tried that.
Okay, well that was a good turn for them. They managed to swing it around to even it up. Unfortunately, the enemy team does have their last turn, so it should be an easy win for them. It's not, actually, as long as they keep this, they don't even have to do anything and they'll still win because they led the first half with a 3-1. Huh?
Yeah. The game is already theirs because of the first half. Eldrazi and Octave were not able to grab 3 this round. But you know, maybe the opponents messed something up. I've seen it before where the match is won for the defenders, but then the defenders messed something up in the timeline. But you know, Rat won a tournament. He's pretty good. I don't see these guys making that kind of mistake.
Yeah, we actually did see it in that exact same map where the team had, where the player had the lead, but then sorry, I just got some message from Guardian. But sorry, wow. So they just no mercy. They just took all 4 objectives.
Yep, they were able to see through the chaos and see exactly what strings they needed to pull to pull that victory off and grab those last 2 objectives. Very strong finish there. So yeah, I think we'll be taking just a quick little break here between matches as we set up the All right, welcome back. We've got the next match set up for you. It's going to be the same players, but the teams are swapped around a little bit. It's going to be Eldrazi and Rat on the same team, and then Octave and SG on the other team. And we'll be still watching from Eldrazi's perspective here. And
it is turn-based this time.
Yes. So the last one was 2v2 where teammates play together. This one is going to be a little bit slower paced, a little bit more tactical, with just one operative being added to the loop at a time from each team. And we can see that the other team has already added a Vendetta. So, yeah, they end up capturing A, placing a couple turrets. And let's see, who's up first? Looks like Rat's going to be up first.
How many turrets has she placed there? I think I counted 2, maybe 3. But did they get 8? They got 8 towards the end of the time loop.
Yeah. Captured it towards the very end. So they weren't too aggressive with capturing objectives with that first Vendetta play. But, you know, maybe they instead spent a lot of time placing more turrets. Not sure. We'll probably see once our camera gets over to that side of the map later. We can see the in-game mics going off right now, so they must have been talking a bit about their strategy. And here comes Rat with Capitan. So, taking some long-range shot over at Vendetta on the opposing platform there. Got the kill on Vendetta. I think it was just with the rifle. I don't think they chucked any nades over there, but they're checking nades at Alpha, capturing Alpha, counter-capping that. Only a few seconds left. Probably not going to be enough time to capture any more objectives.
It looks like Rat went hard with the Capitan on that A objective, building it up all the way to the end instead of just capturing and moving on to a new one. Yep, as you said, there was no... there was a grenade.
Oh, there was a grenade at the end. Okay, nice. All right.
And I believe she also took out the turrets as well. Oh, and SG is countering with the Carl, and that's going to save the Vendetta for sure. And also the Capitan, so it looks like A is back on there, so they're just arm wrestling A back and forth. And Carl should have enough time to go for another objective, but looks like he's gonna focus on A and capturing it. So looks like B and C are still not being touched. This
managed to save the Vendetta, but took a decent amount of damage there. I think they both ate part of a grenade or something, because both the Vendetta and the Carl were damaged. Here comes Eldrazi, and he's doing Capitan, so this is going to be both Capitans used for the blue team.
Now we're finally going to see the other objectives being taken. As we can see, Capitan's a respectable damage dealer taking B, running around a bit and nading himself a little bit there. And let's see, he's going to try to go for a second objective over here at Charlie. With Capitan, it should be possible, but no, just barely, just way through.
Yeah, accuracy was a little bit off. A little bit of self-grenading going on there, but still pretty solid. Lots of movement there. Wasn't staying in any one place for too terribly long. So that's pretty good. And wow, here comes Octave. Already picked Rush. Just going right in there for the Capitan.
Is Capitan going to go down? Yes, she's going to go down. She did nade herself as well, so it was very likely she was going to die. I was like, Octave is going to take B side instead, so team's going to be able to capture 2 out of 3 objectives while Charlie is still in the air. And since Capitan was killed, no damage is dealt to Charlie. So let's see how it is. Rat's turn, I believe.
That Capitan actually survived longer than I thought it would with the rush. Like, it's kind of dodging Rush's shots a bit. Like, look, didn't take any damage for like a few seconds there. So potentially, you know, there's some potential to save that Capitan. I really believe that you could get up there, kill that rush. Oh, and here comes Rat playing Toxin. Oh my goodness, just look at that, disgusting. Just paints that whole site green. Oh my goodness, everything's gonna die that tries to get too close to Bravo now.
This is actually the part that I love most about this map. What was this map called again? I completely forgot. It's well, whatever. This map I always love using. Chimera, that's it. Chimera. Thank you to guard at the back there. Yes, I always love to see Toxin, like just absolutely painting the inside of that middle building. It's pure chaos. Yeah. Okay,
so SG grabbed Striker and has gotten a couple kills. Killed the Toxin and then got over there and I believe killed the Capitan at the very end. Couldn't quite see. It's a little bit off screen. Here comes Vendetta from Eldrazi. And, oh, looked like he was going to pay some attention to Charlie.
Oh.
And change his
That
mind a
one
little
shotgun
bit.
shot taken out. The rush.
Yep.
This looks scary. It looks like he's. That might be in the line
Yeah.
of fire. I thought she would be in the line of fire, but I guess not.
Actually was, but
Wow.
maybe they were reloading or something.
Vendetta just like traveled through all 3 objectives. That was a
Yep.
really nice move,
Yep.
actually. She's super spread thin out, but also inflicting decent amount of damage and setup on every objective. So that was actually a really good turn.
Yeah, I like to see that. I like to see a lot more movement like that, rather than that the enemy Vendetta that kind of just sat in the same spot. Here comes Octave running around with Capitan. Oh, managed to catch a shield as well. That's very nice.
Ooh, well, I wonder if that was planned or that was accidental. If it was planned, that was a really good move on their part, taking that shield.
Hey man, if any of those minor miracles happen in this game, you always say it was planned. You know, you just claim you're the big brain guy, and and everything was all planned out.
Calculated.
Yep, yep.
Although we're definitely gonna see more of those calculated plays when the game is out. Definitely a few weeks or maybe even days. You know, people pick up video games really, really fast. And we'll
Oh yeah.
gonna be excited to see how pros emerge from this game. The last turn was still the Capitan, right?
Yeah, it was, and even after that Capitan, the Capitan finished off the Toxin, but I didn't really see that Capitan do much else. There's still 2 objectives that are for the blue team right now, so that Capitan did not swing the objectives to the red team's favor. Here comes Rat with Deathblow. Oh, nah, that is a sweet spot for some rockets over there.
Yeah.
You saw all 3 of those operatives grouped up on that upper platform back there, so that was a good eye for catching that out. Now he's over there, switched it up, going for Charlie. And I do like that he's up on that platform there. It seems a little bit exposed, but really most operatives are going to be kind of down on the low ground, and it's going to be sort of hard for them to see unless they're back quite a ways. Oh, here comes SG's death blow.
Counter the death blow with the death blow.
You know, late in the game, all the death blows coming out, taking the gloves off. There's
True
a
mines.
bunch of mines getting chucked over there. Oh, he's shooting some rockets back into the little platform of the blue team.
This does not seem like it was a very... Okay, so Deathblow did manage to kill off the Capitan and the Vendetta, but they did not take any objective away from them, so they don't even have...
Yeah.
Eldrazi doesn't even need to do anything. He just needs to make sure not to mess up the timeline and mess
Yeah,
up his previous
just-
turns. So
Pick the operative that has the best emote and just, you know, have fun in your base. Try not to mess anything up.
I think he's gonna try to save those 2 operatives from dying because it does help them with some
Yeah.
points. But I
And
think
that's
he's gonna
good.
leave
That
them
makes sense.
go
Did he
to the
let Deathblow
monster.
live? It looks like
Let Deathblow live,
he
huh?
didn't kill him. Why didn't he stick around and finish off that kill? That would have saved a couple of kills, which, you know, those points, they could come in handy later.
They didn't even need to take out the Deathblow, actually, just destroy the mines, but it did give them some extra damage and kills. So let's see, I think Deathblow
Yeah.
did live. Yeah.
So, pretty strong first half for the blue team. Eldrazi and Rat pulling off all 3 objectives. Kills were even, though. I really think they could have probably mopped up and gotten all 5 kills. But still, solid first half. But there is room for improvement. If Octave and SG can pull this off, they could get all 3 objectives and get 5 kills, and that would probably give them the win.
Yes, they are ahead in kills and damage. Or sorry, just damage, I believe. So if they can 3-0 this while maintaining that damage lead,
The
they can still
world
win
is
this
going on.
despite being 0-3. Wait, what was... Yeah, wait, what
Capitan
just
is just
happened?
like, she was just sprinting around in the backfield for a while now, and now she's chucking some grenades,
God,
but most of them are missing.
I want to get in a TikTok again. Write that
But,
down.
you know, it
Click
does
here.
capture Charlie with the old auto rifle.
Hold on, our screen just went blank on
We got a
our
black
end.
screen here.
Up, there we go. Those,
Alright.
what's it called? The nades may have missed, but you never know. They could
Oh yeah,
accidentally hit an operative in the future.
I mean,
Hopefully not your
well,
own.
how's it go? You don't need to be close with horseshoes and hand grenades, something like that. So as long as those grenades are landing anywhere close to that objective, they could cause some serious havoc for the red team as they try to get in close to Charlie. Now we're seeing SG do another Vendetta play. Was he the one who played Vendetta last round? Is this basically the mirrored play that he made first last round? Kind of looks like it.
Yeah, I believe it was.
Yeah, either way,
I can't remember.
he basically builds a whole bunch of turrets over there, but he didn't capture Alpha. He didn't even, I don't even know if he touched it a little bit, but, you know, those turrets, they don't shoot objectives. They only shoot operatives. And, you know, the objectives, that's where you get your points. I really think he should have at least captured an objective with his operative, you know. But those turrets should be all right, but they're really close together. A single death blow rocket would probably kill both those bottom turrets. Here comes Rat with Capitan trying to get up. Wait, what is he doing?
Wait, no, he's doing that on purpose, I think.
I see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad, actually. Making yourself a difficult target while still being able to consistently damage down an objective. That's really fun.
Yeah, that's great. Basically, kind of bouncing up and down on that pad should make him hard to hit, but, you know, who knows? In this game, you've got a sniper who can slow down time, so some of these evasive moves may not be as evasive as you actually think. But here comes Octave, trying to kill the bouncing Capitan, his own Capitan. Does do it. It'll take some time, though.
Okay, looks like even jumping around, I guess here's the somewhat of an easy target because you are out in the open.
You're still in the same place, and, you know, Capitan's got an auto rifle, so yeah, just spray and pray a bit. Yeah, goes in there, kills the Capitan, grabs Bravo, and I think they shored up Alpha as well. Yeah, they did. So, granted, they're standing still for a while there. Okay, looks like he was aiming up towards this incoming Capitan. I think he's gonna try and kill them with a shotgun.
Yeah, this is an easy. Yeah,
It's
an easy takedown because
I should mention
that Captain does have to travel to their side of the map, so they are at an advantage, and it gives them a lot of time to save their own Capitan
you
from
might actually be
opponents.
popular.
Capitan, lots of
Because
Capitans
they are
running around
not
over
quite
here.
difficult.
Vendetta
games. You
taking
do have
the objective,
three
placing her
mode
turrets
on.
there, and just kind of running around
But
here,
yeah.
getting a bit lost, but some damage on the not bad turn,
During the
not a bad
beta,
turn.
you know, yeah. Not everybody was super familiar with the map, so I think kind of got lost in that bottom hallway a little bit. But yeah, kills the Capitan to save his own Capitan, and places a couple turrets down. So pretty good. Getting some movement, making some chaos. Gets a nice turret up on that bridge, kind of overlooking the enemy platform that looks at Alpha. Here comes Rush though, sneaking around the back.
Rush is going to be really exposed though. They are on their side of the map, and Toxin can easily take care of him. Not take out the Captain fast enough.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
a lot of. Oh no.
This is so painful to watch. It's just that Rush still hasn't killed the Capitan. Oh
That
my
was very
goodness.
unfortunate.
You know what? The bouncing Capitan strat, it's not that it's hard to hit the operative,
can we
it's
get on
that
your
it's
worst
apparently
place now?
bait. It's like a light to
Can we
moths.
get
These
on
guys are
your
just
best
flocking
place
straight
off
to
of
it,
that, please?
suiciding in. That Rush is going to be the
think that was a
easiest
pretty
kill
bad
of the
play.
blue
I
team's
think
lives to make.
deserve to be on.
I don't even... Did he even kill the
No,
Capitan
I
by the
feel
end
like
of the
we
round?
deserve to
I don't
be
think he
on
even
the
did.
worst place
Wow,
series.
that's... Jeez. That is a little too
we deserve
painful.
it.
Okay.
wait, is he gonna go for his own?
Yeah, so he's placing a bunch of flying turrets in the back, and those turrets will just delete Rush. Yeah, the turrets just mow Rush out so
the worst
quickly.
place series in like
Basically sits
days,
back
we're
with
gonna be
Vendetta,
very
placing a
angry
bunch of
with you,
flying
dog.
turrets to protect his.
Should know that.
For some reason, Capitan just seems like a turkey, like trying to fly and take off. You know, like they can't fly, and they're like just trying to like jump and fly a bit. Oh my goodness! Here comes Deathblow though. Now
I don't think
Deathblow.
a death blow is gonna help take that.
He doesn't need to be
down.
accurate though. He's just got to blast you. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That works.
See, that was much better, I think, than
Yes,
trying
definitely.
to use a rush to hit this bouncing target. Yeah, Deathblow. You want something dead? Send him in. He's your guy. So gets the rocket kill on the bouncing Capitan. Gets a mine kill, I think, on that Vendetta. So pretty effective. But, you know, again, the Deathblow had to go pretty deep into enemy territory, and I think it's going to still be preventable.
Need assistance? Deploy. Aim. Fire.
Going with
Okay,
Carl.
So, yeah,
Slapping down some bubble shields.
Is that gonna save them? It's not gonna save from the mines,
Yeah.
however.
Yeah,
But
'cause the mine will go through shields.
that did mitigate a lot of damage, I believe.
Blinding?
All right, so he threw down a couple shields, didn't bother waiting to see if that saved them, just decided to go move on and focus on an objective, which I actually kind of like, like, I think it can be a mistake to basically watch and see what happened with a shield you placed, because you could spend like 10 minutes or 10 seconds waiting to see the result when you could be spending 10 seconds focusing another objective. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think the shield protected the enemy rush a bit. Yeah, he
Was
lived
Rush
a
in
bit longer
any
now.
danger at all? I think, well, the Rush died anyways from...
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
turret did
I know.
eventually get him, but he lived a bit longer. Not that it matters too much.
Wait, so what happened
SG
that round?
SG brought in Capitan. Looked like just kind of stayed around that building in the center, focusing Bravo for most of that.
So they've got one turn left. They just need to maintain one objective away from them in order to guarantee that win, which should be easy because they already have one. They just need to take one and do it in a way where it's going to be difficult for them to take all the
Yeah.
objectives at the end. It's all about the objectives in this game. And Rat has taken Rush and he's rushing the Death Blow, I believe. That's going to save... That's going to stop
I
a lot
see.
of damage on their side, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to mean a lot of living operatives. I think he's banking on not trying to necessarily capture all the objectives, but as long as they can keep more operatives alive, then it really doesn't even matter if they lose all three, as long as they prevent so many kills. It was a very
That was a
effective
beautiful turn by Rat, taking all three objectives and taking out the Death Blow that was dealing a lot of damage on their side of the map. So looks like, let's see, it's Octave who's taking the last turn, and it's gonna be really difficult.
He's going
for
to try
him
to
take
counter
all
Rush
three
with
objectives.
Rush. Does he get him in time?
That Rush
No,
is
he
really low,
doesn't.
though. He's taking damage from the turrets. He's gonna go down, and there goes Rush, and all hopes and dreams
Yeah, yeah.
die with him, unfortunately.
His rush did not kill Rat's rush fast enough. The death blow still got killed. And that's really what everything was hanging on there. So yeah, that's going to go 2 objectives to Blue's favor. Eldrazi and Rat had a great game. That was a great match.
Oh, wow.
Okay, well, yeah, that was a lot of crazy stuff going on in there. You get a look at the final score screen there. Yeah, they did pretty well. That was a pretty strong performance. Okay, well, I think Guardian and possibly Kaiser are gonna come back in and join us here. I think they were gonna maybe talk some more Lemnis Gate stuff for a while, but I believe that's the end of the matches we have to cast for you. But yeah, we will take a quick break here, and then Guardian and company will be back after that. Okay, all right, and we are back, and yeah, there's a bit of chit-chat about the official Lemnis Gate tournament. Yeah, if you guys have been under a rock for the past 24, 48 hours or so, they announced an official Lemnis Gate tournament. I think it was yesterday morning in the Discord.
Yes, I
And
believe it was around that time.
yeah, and so it's the first 32 players that basically raced to the thing are going to get put in the tournament. So, unfortunately, if you're just finding out about this now, it's probably too late. You probably won't be able to get a slot in this tournament, but don't worry, I'm sure there will be more, especially if we show, as a community, if we show a lot of support for this first official Lemnis Gate tournament,
also, guys,
then I'm really hopeful that they'll have
if you
more
want to join
tournaments,
TNT
maybe
and all
bigger
that,
tournaments. Who
we'll be
knows
hosting a
what the
bunch of
future
tournaments
holds,
too.
right?
So like, yeah,
even if you don't make
we'll
it,
be here.
please do try
Well,
to watch
hopefully
it.
there will be
They
more
have not
official
given us the
tournaments.
details about the time or like when it's going to take place. Is it going to be on opening day? Probably not, because it's a Tuesday. Will it be on opening weekend? Maybe. I think
No,
that's more
not
likely.
soft roll.
But
Shut
we
the
don't know the
fuck up.
time zones or anything like that. If we can cast it in any way, or we don't have any details, but we'll try to if we can.
I'm back. Okay, so essentially, I'm here and I'm back. I'm back at it again. And what I'm going to say here is if we can get permission from Bruno to like, and from some of the guys at Frontier, so we can, you know, have maybe we can get the replay files in post, or we can, you know, we can cast it straight up. We don't even know if they're gonna cast it or stream it yet. We don't know yet. So if they don't stream it, then we can ask for the replay folders. We could do something along the lines of that. Or if they do stream it, we can ask if we can just stream their stream. As you know, it is Frontier. They have good quality and shit, so it wouldn't be like you know, bad quality, or I wouldn't have thought it would be. So, but it's just general about, you know, permission in that if we are able to. Back to you, Ross.
Yeah, and that's actually an important note about just time dive tournaments and all the Lemnis Gate content you guys have probably been seeing. I mean, all you've been able to see is either official stuff from Rat Loops Games, from Frontier Publishing, or gameplay that was recorded like over 2 months ago back in July, right? So in the future we should have hopefully a replay system where we can watch the replays, and that should make for a lot better
ignore us for a second.
Content like
but
casting
essentially
and
with that,
so that should be exciting. But the tournament, I'm excited.
Is all I've been told is
Russell, what
when
do you
you
think?
save
we
the
know there's
replays,
32
they are actually
players, so that
located
kind of
within your
gives
system,
us a good
and
idea
then you
of
can
it'll
send
probably be
them
like a
to us
single
either through
elimination
Discord or
bracket.
through a Google
But
Drive.
what kind of game
We can
modes are you
put them in our
expecting?
folder,
Are you? I
and
mean, it seems like it's just going to be 1v1, right?
Yes, definitely 1v1. I don't see 2v2s happening. I think they would want to promote more of the 1v1 turn-based, not simultaneous. And definitely not deathmatch, I think. It would definitely be one or all of the objective-based map game modes.
I'm back. So essentially, you know what? Let's fuck it, Kaiser. You come in too, bro. You know what? It's fine, Kaiser. Don't come back in. But what I think's gonna happen here is like they're just gonna, you know, do it like they would do anything, because I said this the other day when I was streaming with Kaiser. You can't be good at Lemnis Gate and only be good at like XM. You can't just play one thing and, you know, say you're good at a game. That's like saying you're good at COD and saying, yeah, I'm amazing at Call of Duty, but I only play S&D, you know, shit like that. I don't know. I think they would do all modes, but it would be pretty cool if we do see like the ability to choose which modes we play.
I think I'd like to see all the objective modes. For me personally, deathmatch is not something I'm gonna play it for sure and try it out, but it's not the mode I'm really looking forward to. There's lots of games that have like deathmatch modes, but these capture the flags and things like that are more exciting to me. But either way, I think the tournament's gonna be fantastic. Really, the big question is just when are they gonna have it, and how much time are people gonna have to learn the new maps? In the beta, there was only 4 maps available, 2 modes. We had Retrieve XM and Domination, and we only had 2 of the maps for each of those modes. So there's going to be, you know, there's going to be a lot more maps. There's going to be, I don't think they've announced the 12th map yet. I don't know if they're going to. Like maybe they'll only launch with 11 maps. I'm not sure, but either way, we're going from 4 maps to at least 11, maybe 12 maps. And each map plays differently depending on which side of the map you're playing on. So there's just going to be a ton of things for players to learn. And so it's going to be real interesting to see how soon they have the tournament, and, you know, if people are going to have time to learn those maps or not. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree there. I feel like the longer it takes for them to get this official tourney out, the better, because that means the more time people have to learn the maps, people have more time to learn the modes we didn't have during the beta. It gives people more area to like theory craft and shit. So like, it's just a general good thing. And, you know, if there's any major bugs, like any really game-breaking bugs, then it gives them enough time to like iron them out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think it's going to be pretty solid. Like, the beta was pretty solid in my experience. I know a couple people had couple bugs, maybe a couple
Yeah.
crashes.
What beta
there's-
doesn't have bugs?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of a beta, so they can figure out those bugs, you know? Like, at the end of the day, the community, the player base are the best QAs out there.
Yeah, but we had 2 months, and it was already pretty solid before, so I think it's it's only going to be more solid now, I would expect. And I kind of disagree. I would love if they had the tournament. I don't want them to have it on Tuesday because Tuesday is just a weird day, but I would love for them to have it sooner rather than later because I'd love to see people that haven't yet had tons and tons of time to practice the maps playing and just like it's not going to be like perfect strategies and perfect execution and everything, but I still think it would be a lot of fun. People going into these maps and game modes is kind of like maybe not for the first time, but not having mastered it yet, I think would be very entertaining.
Yeah, I actually agree with that for the most part. When I say sooner is better, it's just in case if there are any big, major bugs that get figured out once the game's launched. And, it's not good to have, a game-breaking bug where Toxin can turn into Capitan and she has a rocket launcher that fires at 400 RPM per minute. We just don't want that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not
love to
saying
see
we
that,
want
though.
bugs for sure.
Yeah, I would
But-
love to see that. That is for certain.
The thing is though, like once the meta has been developed and once people know the strategies, there's no like going back to before when everybody was noobs, right? So I think there will always be more time to have tournaments later down the line where people are more polished and they've studied more, they've learned more. But if you have one right away, that's kind of like a one-time thing you can do, right?
Yeah.
So-
Also, in general, the thing is, which I found quite interesting, there was a lot of people that, as far as I know, I didn't see them say, activate the gate or anything when the beta was there. There's a bunch of people that didn't even play the beta that were just signing up. People that I've never seen before, which is something I found very interesting. I thought there'd be, I suppose if you at everybody, some people don't have at everybody turned off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But also keep in mind, there's a huge console audience, and this game's going to be free starting
play
day one on the
Game
on the
Pass.
Xbox. Yeah, on the Xbox Game Pass.
Pass.
So there's a huge pool of console players that have not yet gotten their hands on the game. So that's going to be a lot of players right there.
Yeah, but see, the thing is with the fact that people, as Schalke's just mentioned in the chat, there are a bunch of people that signed up, but because of the fact that the date hasn't been announced, which is a big flaw here with the system that they've set up, is the fact that there'll be a bunch of people that'll be like, I can't make this time, which is a good thing because I know the majority of people like yourself, like Ran, like Rue, you guys weren't able to, you guys were at work, some people were asleep when the announcement was made. I know in New
Yes.
Zealand it was like 2 a.m. for them, so it's, the people that get out of there aren't able to make it. I guess it's better for the rest of the people that are able to take their places. But I feel like in general, this tournament's going to be a big thing for Lemnis Games. It's going to be the start of the official Lemnis Gay esports, which will be great.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all that. I think I think there will be a lot of people who won't be able to make it. So I sadly did not make it in the top 32. But who knows? If enough people can't make it, maybe I'll do it. But the thing is, I think they're probably going to have the tournament during the same sort of like suiting the same time zone for the people who were able to sign up. You know what I mean? So like the people that were like done with their workday or whatever time it was, wherever most of these people were signing up, they're probably also going to be available, but we'll
I
see.
think
But
the thing is, I feel like most of the people that signed up for it were able to get in instantaneously, were either people that just don't work or they were in the EU. Because for me, what happened was I was literally just getting my tea, and I was like, oh, sick, I signed up for that. So that must have been like, I want to say like 10, probably even before that, probably around like 8 o'clock for you, wasn't it? So
Yeah, it was in my sort of I do morning meetings at my job, and I was in one of those meetings or something like that. So
yeah, it was
occupied
very.
that way.
There's some things that could have been done a lot better, but I'm sure that this tourney will go with the greats of Lemnis game.
I mean, I could care less whether I'm actually in it or not. Of course, I'd love to play and participate, but I'm really just more excited with the fact that they're actually having an official tournament, because I was afraid that, what some games do is they sort of shy away from the competitive scene, and they do that because they don't want to scare off casual players and things like that. But so I'm just really, really happy to see that they're not shying away from it, that not only are they in favor of it, they're actually hosting a tournament, they're supporting it, and that's great. And I think that will work really well for that, because I think this is a very tactical, strategic game.
I might shut down a few people's hopes here, but this tourney, it's not like a big tourney. This is just like the starter tourney, and if it goes well, hopefully it does, then they'll make them go out there. Because I'm not sure if anyone uses social media to look at Lemnis Gate, such as like Twitter or Twitter or really just Twitter. You'll find that they haven't said anything about the tourney, because the devs at Frontier and Ratloop, they wanted this to be something to reward the Discord community. All of us that have been talking about the game, talking about tournaments. So hopefully this could be the start of something. Like maybe after this tourney we can see these bigger tourneys where we'll see it on Twitter, we'll see it on. We might even see it being casted by Team Time and Jens, which would be great. Yeah, that would be awesome. And I just want to reiterate to people watching or people that listen to this later, is that I accidentally left the VC. That's my bad.
really hype it up and whatnot, and just let the Ratloop guys and Frontier. I'm not sure how much Frontier will be involved in this tournament thing, or if it's just going to be more the Ratloop guys hosting it. But either way, go and really show your support for the tournament to let them know that hey, this is we want to see more of this.
We want to see, yeah, exactly. The more you go forward with it, saying we want to see more of this. That maybe also if we can get you guys back in TDT a bit more. I'm looking at you, Tron, here. I feel like maybe it would be quite funny if we can collab with them sometime. Maybe get you guys that win some of the unofficial tourneys. We can get you guys some Lemnis Game shirts. But that is very hopeful of me there.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Well, yeah, I think that's all our thoughts about the tournament and stuff. And so, yeah, with that, I'll hand this over to you, Guardian, and I'm going to take off. I have a couple things I have to go and do, but it's been a pleasure casting and doing this stuff.
Thank you for being here, bro.
Yeah, super excited for launch. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right.
See you later,
have a good rest
bro.
of your day. I will catch you guys later.
See ya.
Catch you later.
Me, Kaiser, and I'm assuming Russel Raze will be here. We'll be here for a bit longer. Me and Kaiser, we might hop on some Dauntless. And if Russell's gonna stay, do you want to play some Mock, Russell, or are you gonna? If you've got a few things to say, we can cut to break real quick.
You guys pretty much all said everything. Everything I wanted to say about the tournament. Although I will say that I'm the kind of person who always thinks worst case scenario. But even in the tournament, worst case scenario, I think it would still be a good thing. I'm looking at the worst case scenario. Yeah, I think it's still a good thing. Like as you said, they're showing support for tournaments. So even if it doesn't go as well as we hope it would, I still think they will learn from it, and hopefully the future ones will be better. But honestly, yeah, I'm glad they're doing this. I don't see a downside to the tournament.
Yeah, I don't either.
No, nothing.
Okay. Kaiser, it's alright, bro.
What?
He won't bite.
Oh, okay.
That hard.
It's cool, bro. Okay, we'll just cut to a short break so we can get things ready. Just for the post stream last Saturday until the launch of Lemnis Gate. So yeah, we'll be right back.